Hello, everybody. It's Rusty Champaign here with you, and we're back once again in the wonderful world of Coastal Kitchen Simulator. And it is time for our menu to get itself a bit of an upgrade. So far, we've been doing all kinds of things with shrimp, we've been doing all kinds of things with salmon, but it is time to step it up. And we are now ready, now that we've reached level 11 and past level 10, we are ready to get into the wonderful, wonderful world of lobster. So that is what we are going to be doing. What are we are going to be doing today? So we're going to be starting to serve this lobster thermidor. It looks really, really slick. It's going to be all kinds of new things. So we need some lobster, we need some broth, we need some Parmesan cheese for all this. We're going to need the pot. There's all kinds of new things that are going to be going on here. Hopefully, we're going to be able to keep up with all of it. We're going to see exactly what we need to do. I'm assuming there's a cooking tool that we're going to need to unlock. It's probably the pot. So we will now have the pot unlocked, ready to go. We're going to probably need to get some gas to put underneath the pot. If I remember that right, I think we do. We're also going to get a little bit of all the things. So we're going to get some broth. We're going to get some Parmesan cheese. We're going to get some lobster. I think that's how that's all going to work. I'm going to get a couple of each of them just to see exactly what is going to be involved with all this, because I really do not know what we're going to need to do to make all this happen. I'm assuming that we're going to have to take the broth, put it in the pot, and then take take everything else and put it in there afterwards. But we're going to take a look at this and we're going to see if we can figure out exactly how this goes. So that's in there. Now, if we take a look, there's the pot. So I'm going to start by grabbing the broth, and we're going to see what we need to do with it. So the broth is here. So we're going to take this. I'm going to put it right into the pot first. So, all right, so there's that. And I guess we got to put in a whole bunch of broth. So, I mean, it looks like it. So I'm gonna throw in like 12 broth, or let's throw in four to start. No, and I've got an employee who's right by me. Who's right by me? Klaus, you got to get away from me, man. You're making it hard for me to do my job. I do not want to reboot you. I don't know why they always insist on standing right on top of me while I'm doing my work. They're like, "Oh, a pot. What does this thing do?" And it's like it's not that exciting. Really, it's not. Okay, so now we've got broth in there. Now I'm guessing. So there's the sliced parm. And I wish I knew exactly what the recipe said. Like if I went in here, because this is I think the trouble is not knowing exactly how we need to make the thing. So if we go here, does it even say? No, it just says that it's lobster broth, Parmesan cheese, and parsley. But I don't know what has to go where. I that's the part where it's challenging, is just not knowing how you put it all together. Maybe the lobster needs to go in the pot and simmer with the broth, perhaps. I I'm not sure. I mean, the broth has to go in the pot. That has to be. And then I'm guessing that you have to take the lobster and put it in the pot with the broth. That would seem to make sense, but I don't know. So we're going to take one of those. No, so that does not go in the pot. All right, I want to check that. That does not go in the pot. The sliced parm also does not go in the pot. Now I'm gonna we'll start this up. All right, so that's boiling. So that's a start. All right, and that's going to boil, and I assume we cannot make any of this in advance either. So we have boiled broth, and I'm assuming what we're going to do then is we're going to take the lobster. Like I don't know what we're going to do with the lobster just yet, so I'm going to put it back on ice. Maybe we need to take the lobster. Can I cut a lobster up? That's going to be the next question. So let's take this over here. Just drop that right there. Can I cut a lobster up? No, the lobster cannot be cut. So we cannot do that with that. So the lobster apparently gets served whole, maybe over broth. So we're going to leave this here for now, because the boiled broth will stay broiled. Broiled. The boiled broth will stay boiled the entire time. I've got some sliced parm there. We're just going to leave that like that. Oh, and I didn't mean to grab that extra one. So, and now we got to get everything kind of set up and minimize the amount of stuff that we have everywhere because this is where space is going to start being at a premium with all the different things that we're going to need to have out here ready to go for all of our different potential dishes. So we've got some grilled salmon, we got some roasted salmon. I've got some raw salmon somewhere. Here's some lemon. Please tell me. Okay, good. I actually made enough space for it over there this time. There's some more lemon. We've got some extra parsley there. I can kind of set that out in the distance. Just going to leave that there. We've got some radishes. So I'm trying to think of the things that we're missing. We need the shrimp. I think I have that all back here. Yeah, we have some shrimp. Not a whole lot. So I have to get some more shrimp roasted. And I can set some of this stuff over here. So I can set the shrimp there. I think I've got some raw salmon there. Yeah, I've got some raw salmon there. So that will go, where do I want to put that? I'll put that right there. So the one thing we need some shrimp. So let's do that before we get started. We may only get through one day today, and if we do, that's fine. But I want to make sure that I set us up for the best chance of success that I possibly can, which any kind of success we have here is always a miracle. So, all right, there's some shrimp. Let's go ahead and get that purchased. And our lovely prep cook will go ahead, get it all prepped. There he goes, grabbing his tray. We've got plenty of gas in our oven, so we're good there. So we're just going to take that, set that right in there, because no one ever has anything with raw shrimp. They're always roasted, at least for now. And maybe for the entire game, they may all always be roasted. That may be the way it works. So there we go. Roasted shrimp. That can go with that roasted shrimp. We're good there. I've got, yeah, some roasted sliced salmon. I should probably get some more roasted salmon. I'll hold off for now because I'm going to be very interested to see what people are going to order here and how it's gonna go. Given the fact that we're going to have lobster there, I can take the parm. Actually, I'm going to take the parm and put it over here because this is the only place I'm going to use it. I'm assuming I'm going to have to make all my lobster over here in this corner. So, and I might take some parsley. I'll take this little bit of parsley, set it over here too, because I'm assuming that's going to be the way that's all going to go. Is that anyone who orders lobster, the lobster thermidor, I'm gonna do all of it over here, and then put it on the serving tray. It's going to be a lot of running, but I think we'll be all right. So we've got everything we need, I do believe. Let's give it a whirl, throw it on the wall, see what sticks. Here on day, oh, I forgot what day it is. I didn't look. I think we're up to like day 10-ish, somewhere around there. I don't know. We're not that far in because we're getting levels like crazy. So we might only be on like day 6. Whatever day it is, the restaurant's open for your convenience. Let's see what's going to happen here today. See what we're going to have in the world of lobster thermidor. I mean, it's only fitting that we're serving lobster thermidor because we have 2 giant placards on the wall that show lobster thermidor. So, I mean, people are probably wondering, oh, it's finally about time you started serving the thing that you got highlighted all over your walls. And so, yeah, they're right. They're absolutely right that we are doing that. And I'm assuming at some point in time we're going to need more roasted and more grilled sliced salmon. I have no doubt that we are. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this. I'm going to go ahead and grill this up. So let's get that grilled. And let's get a couple more boxes of salmon ordered. So salmon, get 2 of those. We'll get those prepped. And then we'll be in better shape there. So he's off and going. This is done. So that can go with that. That can go with that. That's what we're trying to do. And then we'll take our other salmon here, and I'm going to throw it in there. And we're going to get that roasted. And that should hopefully be enough salmon. And then we just got raw stuff that we'll have right there. So I think we'll be in good shape now. So that will go onto there, merge with that, and now I think we're fine. So here we go. We got a roasted herb salmon and a grilled salmon bread. We're starting out nice and easy. There's our grilled salmon bread because it's got the cup right there with it. There's some grilled salmon. Some lemon, that's good. And then the roasted is not the whole tray. I will eventually learn to not do that. I don't know when, but eventually I will. Next up, we have 2 grilled salmon bread and a roasted herb salmon. So we'll wait and see when the lobster thermidor shows up when we're gonna have our first order of that. So far, everyone's still all about the salmon here, and if that's the case, then so be it. I'll be fine with it. I will need to get some more bread because we are almost out of bread. Salmon everywhere, so this is grilled. No, that's the roasted. These are the nope, that's the roasted again. There's the grilled. And lemon on all of them. And then parsley there. All right, so that's good. Still, oh, there we go. 4 orders down is our first lobster thermidor, and then we're going to have 2 of them. So let the chaos get ready to begin. While we're at it, let's go ahead and get some more bread because I know we're almost out of that. So ingredients, bread, 2 of those. We will get that prepped and just kind of keep going a little bit at a time, not getting ourselves too crazy with anything that's going on here. So we've got 1 more grilled and 2 roasted. People love the salmon in this place, man. They are just huge salmon fans. They just really love it. We must be doing something good with these salmon. That's all I can figure. I don't know exactly what it is, but we're doing something good here. All right, and we need some more lemons. So let's do that. I mean, basically, between every order, I'm taking a break to see exactly what we need to get after that. We can definitely use some more lemons, so let's do that. Next up, we've got 1 baked shrimp and 2 raw salmon slices going back to the original days when all we were serving was raw salmon slices and we didn't know how to do anything else. Oh, I need the toast first. Then we put the shrimp on there. Raw salmon over there. Radishes out in the distance. I got to get these radishes a little closer, make it a little bit easier on myself. That'll work. That goes there. And then parsley on that. Yeah. So that's good. Now we will need some more parsley. Let's go ahead, take that. Got lemons everywhere. Get a couple more parsley now. So 2 parsley. Take care of that. They'll get all that prepped. We've now got 2 crudo and 2 scampi. So 2 salmon crudo out there. There's the one. There's the other. Okay. And then these take lemons. And then the shrimp scampi is that. All right, so that's good to go. What am I doing? Oh, I didn't put that on the plate. That's what the problem was. Now we're good. Okay. What is going on here? Oh, the guy's right on top of me again. Dude, you've got to get off being on top of me here. You were making my job much more difficult when you were standing right behind me, trying to watch everything that I do. It really does not make my life easy. All right, there's parsley. And now I need radishes. That was the next thing I needed. So let's go out. Let's get... I'm only going to buy 1 box of radishes because, again, we don't go through radishes as quickly. So we're just going to get 1. Leave it at that. Okay. And here we go. Our first lobster thermidor. Let's see what it's going to be. So I think I'm going to need a plate. So what is this plate? This is the lobster thermidor. So we've got... we've got the boiled broth. So this is the sliced boiled lobster. So, all right, so that, okay, so this, do we then need another pot? So there's the boiled broth. So how do we get the sliced boiled lobster is then the next question, because I'm looking at this. Sliced boiled lobster. Okay, so what do we do with the boiled broth? This is going to be interesting. So it goes in a bowl. All right. Let's see what else we need to get. Let's take a look. So in we go. We've obviously missed something. So cooking tools. There's still only the 1 pot. So if we go, let's see, help and docs. Is there something on here that no? There's nothing on here that says anything. So we're gonna keep looking. We'll see if we can figure this out. That's just play style. Ingredients, cooking tools. So, Yeah, so a deep cooking vessel used for boiling, simmering, or making soups, stews, and broths. We already own it. So I maybe we're supposed to maybe I've done that wrong. So left click. Oh no, so there's that. So this is going to go there. I guess I can take all this out. So we're going to take all that out. I think that this is what we've got. So yeah, I know that that's the incorrect ingredient. I'm trying to put this in here. So do we take that and okay, so we put that in there. All right. So we've got to do them both individually is what it is. Oh man, this is going to be a lot. Because we got to boil each thing separately from each other. Oh man, yeah, I could see. This is okay. All right, so boiled lobster first is going to go. And then we got to slice it on top of that. So we got to boil it, then we've got to slice it. Okay, and then so now we got the sliced boiled lobster and the broth. There it is. Okay, sliced parm, and then we got to do that twice. Oh man. So now I need another plate. Oof, this is not fun. Okay, so now we do it again. I've got another boiled lobster. I've got to bring my cutting board way over here because this is not going to work where I've got this. So that's cut. Broth, parm, parsley. Now run all this over here on top of that. Okay, and then now what else do we even have with this? Just 2 baked shrimp toast. Yeah, this is bad because you can't take any of that and bring it all the way over here. And I don't know if there's anyone that can prep the rest of that for us. I don't know. So let's see, 2 baked shrimp toast. That's where I was. Yeah, we're going to get 1 day, and that's going to be about it. Because we've got just so much going on here. So yeah, we got to do all of the lobster first. And then go from there. So yeah, hopefully we're not going to have that many people that order the Thermidor. We're going to see how it goes. I've got. And can I take the boiled lobster and put it on a tray? I'm assuming I can. I hope I can. So let's take that out of there. Can I also take all of my? So I can do that. Can I take my broth and put it on a tray? That's another question. Can I take this and put that? Oh, I can't. Okay, so that's good. At least we can like stack that stuff. So yeah, it's all about the order of operations with this, but it's a lot of prep that you got to do ahead of time. You got to do all your lobster first, and then you got to do all of your broth after that, because there's only the one pot. It's interesting. You wouldn't think that they have it like that. You'd think that they would give you 2 pots to do all this, but they only give you the one. So yeah, all right, that's fine. And we'll just, again, keep an eye up here for more Thermidor and see what we've got, how many of them show up. Thankfully, there's none on the board right now, so that's good. And I only made 1 salmon bread. I needed 2. I'm a little thrown, just a little, by everything that's going on here. How much more grilled salmon bread do we need? Right now, just 1. So that's good. So I've got plenty there. Not a problem. I'm going to need more shrimp at some point. How many shrimp do I have there? I've got 6. I've got orders for 6. So we're still all right there. It might be okay. This is a 4-topper. Okay, so there's all of that. So we've got, what do I have here? A roasted herb salmon and 3 shrimp scampi. And they all lined up perfectly. And then this is just lemon and parsley everywhere, just like that. So that's all set. Okay, easy peasy. We've got still plenty of lemon. We got plenty of parsley left, so we're okay there. I don't need to worry about getting too much of that. We've still got plenty of bread out there in the distance, so that's good. That actually can go there. We've leveled up. Yay! Not going to worry about that right now. Got too many other things to focus on. So we're just going to keep our eyes on the prize and just get through everything else we've got here in front of us before I even worry about anything else. Because the other one is going to be, it was like I think the other one is just boiled sliced lobster, but it has no broth that goes with it. The next lobster dish that was on the list. Okay, grilled salmon bread, which is there. Okay, nice and easy. We had a couple of easy tables. Still no more Thermidor. That's good. We only had a couple of Thermidor so far. I'm okay with that. Surprisingly enough, I am okay with that because it's a lot. All that roasted herb salmon, not the whole tray. Getting back into that old habit again. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and get a couple more lemons. Let's do that. So in here, ingredients, 2 lemons. Keep that going. Next up, a shrimp scampi and an herb salmon. Okay, I'll take a 2-topper. I can handle that. If I can just left click on the thing instead of right clicking all the time. Habits are so hard to break. They really, really are. Okay, that one's good. Next up, still no Thermidor. I'm good with it. I'm absolutely fine with this. Okay, lemons. Right there. And a few more in the distance. Okay, so 2 scampi. All right. That is the last, and I will need some more shrimp, so I'm going to have to make some more shrimp here because we've got stuff that's both on toast and just scampi. So let's go here. I'm going to order 1 box of shrimp. So 1, because I think all I'm going to need is 1. Making 8 more tonight, I think is going to be fine. I think we'll be good with that. He's going to go out there, get all that prepped. I've got another 2-top, so let's do that. Yeah, because this takes my shrimp. I don't want an individual one. I want the whole thing. So fire that up. That's going. Meanwhile, I can get my roasted herb salmon ready while I'm waiting for my scampi or for my shrimp. Okay, that's set, and that will go right over there. So scampi is ready. Cool. Put together my parsley. Probably need a couple more parsley now, so let's do that. So ingredients, 2 parsley. Done. Good to go there. And no more Thermidor. We had no more Thermidor today. Okay, so it doesn't seem like people buy that all that much. That might actually not be a bad thing, that we don't have too many people that buy that. It's apparently a very pricey dish. Well, it is a pricey dish, and I guess people are just not. That's for the people that are really feeling fancy, and they come on in and they order that. They're like, pardon me, but do you have any lobster Thermidor by chance? Those are the snooty ones. That's what a snooty person sounds like, just in case you were wondering. That is the universal snooty person accent. It's what we did there. 2 roasted herb salmon. And that's okay. Good to go there. Next up, oh yeah, so we got 2 1-tops and then a 4-top for the rest of the day. Oh, that's good because that first one was a lot. Grilled salmon bread. Okay, so just that, the grilled. Send that away. And what do I not need anymore? Well, I guess I can start putting away stuff like the lobster. Yeah, there you go. Day-old lobster and day-old broth. Again, don't you dare tell anybody that we made this the night before. Don't you do it, man. I will deny everything. I'll absolutely deny everything if you go out there and tell people that that was made the night before. I will pull every deny trick I've got and say, no, we made it today. Absolutely made it today. We would not serve you day-old lobster and day-old broth. We would not do that. Oh, yeah, this all takes toast. And then there. And then these get parsley. And that gets lemon. And all we've got left now is a shrimp scampi, which is lemon and parsley. So everything else can start going away. So my salmon can go. And here's my final order. So here we go. That, done. Everything else into the pool or into the fridge, as the case may be. And then maybe we'll do one more day. I guess we could do one more. We're only 24 minutes in at this point. I mean, that'd be kind of silly to not go another one from here. We'll get everything put away real fast while we're waiting for the day to waiting for our last customers to finish up there. I really wish we had a second fridge over here. That would really be nice. I mean, yeah, it's not that hard running everything over to cold storage, but it'd still be nice if we had two fridges just for all the stuff that we have on trays. I'd really be a fan of that. Okay, so there's that. All we got left is the parm. All of our parm cubes that go there. Okay. And then let's take that, put that there. Now it's interesting because it does not seem like the prep cooks will prep the boiled lobster. I don't know why they won't, but they don't. I really wish that they did because that'd be a big step if they could. And if we look at the employees, prep cooks, there's nothing that you can tell them to do. Like, I mean, I could hire Kevin, but I don't know if Kevin's any better than Klaus is, other than being a little bit faster. But there's nothing in here that says do this thing. So they just do what they do, and but it doesn't seem like they have anything to do with the lobster. That's kind of unfortunate that they don't. But no big deal. We shall continue on, no matter what. We had nothing left out. I'm almost positive we had nothing left out. If I did, then I did. It's fine. And do they have a sign for the lobster thermidor? There it is. Look at that. All the signs. Fod's $52 dish. That's why people don't buy it that much. I can absolutely understand it. And now that we know what's going on with the lobster, we're going to go ahead and step in one more step here on our menu. And we're going to do the lobster with herb because this is just going to be, I believe, the sliced lobster. Now we also need thyme for this. Lots and lots of thyme. So we're going to go ahead, buy a couple more boxes of let's buy one more box of lobster. Or actually, no, we're going to buy a couple more boxes of lobster. And then we need some thyme. So we're going to start with that. And we're going to just start getting everything prepped first and see what we need. I also need some more salmon, so let's get a couple more boxes of salmon so we can get all of our grilled and other stuff good. So ingredients, let's actually do 3 salmon because I'm sure I can use more raw while I'm at it. So here's my grilled. So we're going to set that there. Here's my roasted. We're going to set that there. And he'll just keep on bringing out the other stuff. Okay, lemons. There. Okay, as close as I can get that to there. There's the rest of my lemons. Okay, over there we've got sliced thyme. So that's going to go, I'm going to actually just keep that over there because I don't need that by me. Sliced salmon. So this one's going to go on the grill for my grilled salmon. This one's going to go on there for my roasted salmon. So we've got some that's being grilled, some that's being roasted. There's the rest of it that's going to just be my regular salmon. I'm going to need some more shrimp for sure, so let's go ahead and get a couple boxes of shrimp. Because we will go through more than 11 shrimp in one day. I'm confident of that. We will also get a couple boxes of bread and do that. Because we will probably go through a lot of that while we're at it. And we're going to need more broth. So let's do that. Ingredients, broth. Let's do 3 more broth. I think that'll work. So bread's there. Shrimp go right into... Oh, I got to get this out of here first. So there's my roasted. Shrimp go in right behind it. So set that there, get that rolling. There's my grilled salmon, which he put the bread right on top of it. Thank you, prep cook. You wonderful, wonderful prep cook, you. Not messing with my mind at all. Okay, so there's that. There's our sliced bread. We got plenty of that out there. I'll just take that, set that in the distance. Actually, that's all full, so we're good there. And then there is my shrimp. which goes there. Okay, that's good. More shrimp. I'll just take that, throw that in there, get it roasting because we will need it at some point. What else do I still have here? I've got my parsley. Okay, and more of that. So that's good. And then back here we had all of our other stuff. So radishes go right there. Yeah, the prep gets to be a lot. There's my raw salmon that we need for just like salmon crudos and salmon slices. There's a little bit more of that that can go there. And then all of our other stuff, I believe, just goes back here to my pot. So to this area. And do we have the lobster? We do. And he doesn't even bother bringing any of it in. He's just like, nope, not going to do anything with it. We're not going to do a darn thing with it. And I wish you could take, yeah, you can't do that. I wish you could take the lobster and just like take each individual lobster and have it go into the pot, but it does not work like that. So let's put all that in there and then throw this away. So that's done. Is there anything else that I had back here? Oh, I had my leftover, my other parm and my other lobster, my other broth. So we'll take that, put that right there. Here's my sliced boiled lobster that was definitely not made the night before. Don't you even tell me that it was. It absolutely was not. We absolutely did not do that. So that will go there. And again, he's not going to prep this. I wish our prep cook would prep all the lobster, but the prep cook does not take it. It just sits there and looks at it and goes, yeah, that's a lobster. I don't deal in that, man. I draw the line at shrimp. That appears to be what it is with them. And then we'll take the broth, put the broth in here, just in case we do a lot of lobster thermidor. We may not, and if we don't, then I've just got a lot of broth that's ready. And again, nope, don't reboot the employee. Just please get out of my way. So yeah, you got to do all this in the right order, because if you don't, it will completely mess you up. And now we know what the right order is. That's the beautiful part of it. I really wish that they would tell you these things before you actually started making them, give you some kind of an idea of what you need to do. That seems to be the one biggest thing about the game that's been a challenge so far, is that they don't really tell you a lot. It would be nice if they told you a little bit more about what you were supposed to be doing. But they kind of leave you to it, and they're like, here you go, have at it. We assume you've made this stuff before, and if you haven't, well, you'll figure it out. All right, so there we go. We've got thyme, we've got parm, we've got our sliced boiled lobster. I'll set that right there. I think we have everything we need for our lobster station. We have everything we need for our other station. Let's get into it. Get through another day. Here we go. Day, I don't even know. Store's open for your convenience. Restaurant even, that place. We got $1,759. So if the guy wanted to come by and offer us another painting, I think we'd be good with it, because we got plenty of cash. We got plenty of salmon. We got plenty of roasted and grilled salmon. We got plenty of shrimp. I've got more shrimp in there. We got lemon, parsley, radishes. Oh, I should say some parsley and set it over here as well for the people that order the thermidor, because that needs some. So I'll actually get a little bit more parsley. So we'll do that. I mean, I feel like we're in about as good a shape as I could possibly ask in terms of what we've got here. We're loaded for bear. We're ready with all the stuff that we could need. And now we've just got to wait and see what the day is going to bring us. It does not seem like a lot of people do a lot with lobster. So the fact that I've got 8 broth is probably way more than enough. And that could probably take us quite a while to get through. But we'll have to see. At least we know we're good for thermidor. And anything that we would need to do would involve boiling more lobsters. So that's a good thing. Because I highly doubt we're going to go through 8 lobster thermidor today. I'd be really giddy if we did, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really do not. Here come all the orders. So first one, a grilled salmon bread, 2 raw slices. Some people still like the OG dishes, and I am here to serve them for sure. We will always have that. Grilled salmon, you can't put the raw stuff on there. That doesn't work. Even they know that. Table 1 on the way. Next up, We've got two more roasted herb salmon and another baked shrimp toast. So we'll go with that next. All right, so here we go. So 2 roasted herbs. That will go there. Baked shrimp toast is there. And then it is parsley everywhere. Table number 2 away. Next up is going to be a scampi and 2 salmon. Down there we got 2 lobster with herbs, so we're good to go. And again, I wish that I could prep that now, but it will not let me prep that ahead of time. That's unfortunate. Again, I know they do it because they lock the plate in with what the tray says is supposed to go, what's supposed to be on the tray. But yeah, that is another thing that's a challenge, is the fact that you cannot really prepare anything ahead of time in terms of completed dishes. And you just have to wait until the order comes back to you for you to start making it ready. So what are you going to do? All right, I need a lemon. I need a parsley. Let's go ahead and do that. So 1 lemon, 1 parsley. Good there. And that tray is off and on its way. Next up, a grilled salmon bread and a scampi. We've leveled up. Yay! Again, not worried about it. Let's see. This is the grilled. And then scampi, which also takes lemon. And that takes lemon. Done there. There's my lemons. There's my parsley way out in the distance. That's all set. Okay, keeping up pretty good so far. A nice easy one raw salmon slice. I wish all the orders were like that. I'd be all about it. Next up, here we go with the, oh man, we got lots of lobster coming up. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 lobster already. How many lobster do I have on here? I've got 6, so I'm going to need to buy 3 more things of lobster already. You jokers! Here we go. So, all the lobster coming in hot, 3D, right at you. So let's go ahead, get that. I'm going to take this right now, get it in the pots. I was thinking that 6 was going to be enough, but apparently people have heard all about the lobster, and they're like, yeah, we want in on this. Bring it to us. So, and thankfully, quality pivots abound. If only Center Station gave you this kind of quality pivots. I mean, they give you some quality pivots, but not like this. This game gets an A++ for quality pivots, I'm telling you. All right, so this is 2 lobster with herb, 2 roasted salmon. And again, the fact that you can't like take 2 trays over there is also kind of a bummer. Okay, so, oh, no, I don't want to do that. So lobster with herb, and then, oh, no, that's not that plate. So which plate are you? You're the lobster with herb plate. Oh, that's so annoying. So that plate can go up over there because that's my salmon plate. So get out there. Okay. So there. And then this also needs lemon. That's right. So what's next on here? Parm and then lemon and then thyme. So then I've also got to get some lemon and put it here. So I got to have some lemon back here too. So let's take some lemon, set it back here. So I'll need that for this. And then I'll take the thyme, also put it over here. Just have that behind me. So, and then do some spinneroonies. I mean, I could actually probably take all this and set it up over here. I've got to figure out exactly what's going to be the best way to do this. Then that goes on there. That's good. And then we've got a couple of roasted herb salmon. That's now what we're doing. Which are easy by comparison. Yeah, and we got plenty of time. Time is never an issue with these dishes. That is a simple one. So yeah, I'm gonna set that there, and I'm gonna set this here. Yeah, I'm gonna make this like my entire area, my entire prep area for my lobster dishes, because then I can just grab the plates and do them here. So 2 lobster with herb. See, we're gonna do this just like this. So lobster, Lobster. Nope. Again, that's the scampi plate. I don't want that, so that can go there. I got to get it out away from there. So this is my lobster with herb plate. So lobster, a couple of parm, then a couple of lemons on the plate, not near it. Is that did that go on? Yeah, because there you take all your slices and they turn into a quarter of lemon. It's amazing how that happens. That's set. And then we've got my two scampies. Oh, just one scampi. And that just did not go on the plate. Okay, so there's that. That's done. What do I need now? I need some lemon. I need some parsley. I need some thyme. So let's get some of each of those. So lemon, thyme. Actually, parsley I think we're okay on for now. I think we had plenty of that still. Now what do we got? 2 thermidor, 2 grilled salmon bread. So let's set the plates out first. These are my thermidor plates because they have no little buttercup by them. All right, so there's my thyme. Take that, throw that out there. Now I need to get the rest of my lobster, so let's grab that. This can go there. So you're in my way again, dude. Always up in my way. So yeah, you've got to get out of here. I know you want to be helpful, but you're not. If you want to be helpful, you'd be cutting the lobsters up, but no. Can't be bothered to do that now, can we? So yeah, let's cut up all these lobsters. And I guess people are willing to wait longer and longer because they know that when we get into lobster dishes, everything slows down, and I guess they're okay with that. So that's all I know for sure. 8 lobsters ready there. So this is 2 thermidors. So on the plate, a couple of broth, and then this is just parm and parsley. So there's the parm. Then I got to bring the parsley over. Set that right about there. Okay. That's done. And now we can swing over here where we need 2 salmon bread. So let's do that from here. And then that's my grilled stuff. Okay. Good there. Off we go. I've got 6 and 6. I can get some more lemon. Let's get another lemon. Can't hurt to have it. So 1 more lemon. Get that rolling. So we can take that, split it between that tray and that tray, everything that they do. Now we got 2 raw salmon slices. Got 2 lemon with herb. Let's see what the plates are. That's lobster, lemon with herb. Lobster with herb. Okay, so there's that. The lemon he took and he dropped in some really weird spot because he does. All right, lobster with herb. So that's that. And then I've got to get used to this order. It's the parm and then the lemon and then the thyme. So there's that. That's all set. That did not make it onto the tray. Where did that go? Oh, it did make it on there. Okay. I thought I saw the plate was red when I was moving it over there. And then I thought it disappeared on me, but it did not. Thankfully. All right. We need some radishes. Yeah, some radishes and maybe some more thyme. We'll get the radishes for now. Let's just start with that. So radishes. Let's get a couple things of those. Keep rolling. Next up, 2 more thermidors, 2 more salmon slices. So where are my thermidors? That's salmon. That's thermidor. That's thermidor. So off we go over here. There's my radishes. So thermidors. So 2. No, dude, get out. Okay. Broth. Then it's the lemon next. No, parm. There's no lemon on this. Parm. How much parm do I have back there? I've got a little bit, so I'm going to need some more parm. Yeah, absolutely going to need some more parm. And parsley. No. I'm going to brain that guy. So we got to order some parm. And then we need a couple of raw salmon slices. Okay. So there's that. Good there. Couple of parms. So let's do that. Ingredients, parm 2. Done. Get that taken care of. Next up, what do we have now? We're good with lobster for a bit. We've got one more lobster on the board. That might hopefully be the last one we have today. We'll find out. Let's see. We've got a baked shrimp toast. So there's that. We have a raw salmon slice. I'm going to need some more salmon after this. So we got to make sure we get some salmon. We're going to probably need some more parsley. So yeah, we'll get a salmon and a parsley now because we're going to need that. So all the just-in-time ordering. It's what we do here. In between our orders. That's what we do. Radishes, we might be able to merge that. Not quite completely. The parsley for sure can get merged. There's my salmon. That can get merged. And then he'll work on the other thing. So there's the last I have of lobster. That might be it for the night. Maybe. Just possibly that might be it. And then the parm goes right over there. Okay. And then we'll just take that, throw that there. So now we got to grab my 2 plates that are lobster plates. That's a lobster plate. That is not. That is. And that one, oh, there's only 3 things on this one. Okay. There we go. And then he took my parm and threw it right on top of my lobster. Of course he did. Okay. That was the last of the lobster we had on the board. So it's still the last that we have on the board. So we might still be okay. May not have to make any more. Parm, lemon, thyme. That one on there. Okay. Good. And then the grilled salmon bread. So that is my grilled. Who's on top? Get out of here! Oh, they're just they stand in like the worst places. It's like just go anywhere other than where I am. It's good help, man. I'm telling you, good help. It is just impossible to find. Okay, it's fine. Still no more lobster. Still good there. A raw salmon slice. Easy dish. I can handle that right now. Let's get some more parsley. I can get 2 more parsley. So let's do that. 2 parsley. Give us plenty for all of our stuff. Now it's this guy who's over here. Joker. Got 2 crudos, 2 shrimp toast. So crudo there. And then we still got plenty of bread, so we're good there. Shrimp, still got 6 shrimp. Now we're down to 4. Might be all right. Maybe. That's all good. Set there. And then what got thrown out in the distance? Let's see. What do I have? What did he prep that I... What was it? What I have him get me? Let's see. We got parsley there. So there's some parsley, some random parsley placed somewhere. There it is. I'm like, where's the thing? It was the parsley that he did. 1 roasted shrimp scampi. Done. That's all set. Yeah, and then the other parsley will go over there. Yeah, because they always take the stuff and they just put it in the most random of spots. But that's good. And we will have 1 more lobster on the night. So we got 1 more lobster we got to get. So let's go out here, buy 1 last one. So ingredients, lobster, 1 more. Because there is 1 more on the big board. That's what I see. And we take the other lobster and keep it in the box. So that way we won't be serving day-old boiled sliced lobster. We'll actually have one that'll be fresh into the next day. Okay, 3 raw salmon slices, which is there. And then the roasted. Okay. And then everything parsley after this, not lemon. All set. Next up, we got 3 dishes left: a 3-topper, a 4-topper, and a 2. And the herb is the last thing there. So we're gonna again go out here. Yay, we're leveled up again. Woo! We got 1 lobster. Gonna throw that in there. Get it going. Other lobster is going to stay in the box and it's going to go on my shelves, just like that. Okay, so now here we've got 1 raw salmon slice, 2 crudos. Still doing okay on raw salmon. Although we're getting that's the end of it. I'm gonna need more some more salmon, so let's do that. So 1 more salmon. So I see there's another crudo on the board. There's my crudos because the radish slices look like cheese. That's all done. There's my salmon out in the distance. And that goes that goes there. Okay. So that's on that spot. Yeah, 2 roasted herb and 2 crudos. I think I've got enough roasted to do this. We do. So we're good there. 2 crudos. I've got enough radishes for everything. I've got enough lemons for everything. Because I can steal 1 from way out there. And 2 parsley. So I might as well get 2 more lemons. Let's get 2 more lemons. That is done, right? That is done. So let's get 2 more lemons. Cool. I just now noticed that some of these books on here I think are backwards. Yeah, these books on the shelf are all backwards. I just now noticed that. As I was standing at the computer, I'm like, wait, something's not right with those books. I don't know what it is, but then I look closer. Yeah, the titles are all backwards. It's for the people that read in the mirror. That's what that's all about. All right, here we go. Final one: a lobster with herb and a baked shrimp toast. Which plate are you? You're my lobster with herb plate. So grab this out of here, cut it up, put it here. It's the parm next. I cheated and looked in the bottom right of my screen. The lemon, thyme, that's there. And then we've got my roasted shrimp, or my baked shrimp toast. Actually had plenty of shrimp left over for the day. We did not run out of it. Huh. 19 orders. I mean, to me, that's a pretty good day. I feel like that's pretty darn good with everything we've got going on. If I can get through 19, I feel pretty good about my life. And we're going to get everything else here kind of merged as much as I can so I can get rid of all these extras. So parsley, and then more parsley, lemons up there. Okay. And then I can throw 1 more. So I'll throw my other salmon in here. So I got a lot of my proteins in there. And then the rest of the stuff can go into the back. I'm trying to close that door, and I forgot the doors automatically open and close. You don't have to try and open and close them. All right, so here's all my lobster prep. Right here. And then I have some leftover radishes that are just going to kind of be there. All right, that's done. Yeah, leftover broth. So, yeah, there's not much that we do in the way of thermidor in a day. Maybe 4. 4 feels pretty good. It's certainly not 12. I mean, we don't go through that much of it. Just not that many thermidor fans. And those do not stack. Huh. Busy, 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 busy. Busy, 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 busy. So that was all that. So coming up on the menu, what do we have left? We're nearing the end of the menu, if I remember right. Let's see. Salmon with mustard, lobster soup, shrimp soup, crab soup. So we could literally get all 3 of those coming up. Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of broth dishes if I do that. Oh, the broth dish is really kind of. Oh, and then the salmon with mustard is going to be grilled salmon and boiled broth. Whew, that's going to be a lot. So we've got 4 menu items left, and that's it. So we're getting to the nitty gritty here. Not much left, but man, it keeps you hopping, especially at this point. But the lobster, now that we know how the lobster works, it's not that bad. But definitely figuring it out was a challenge. And coming up next, we're going to have all kinds of fun with broth because everything we have left takes nothing but that. So it's that pot's going to get a workout here pretty darn soon. That is going to be all for this one, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I'd love it if you consider giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thanks as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.